Preparing pixels. Looks like we might be live.
I think we're live, boys.
I think we are. That's how every one of our broadcasts start, by the way, is I think we're live. I think we're good. So,
everybody, we have a very special episode. This is our first of hopefully many interviews. We have the legend, Tom Butwin. Welcome to OnlyFrets, Tom.
I love the name, first of all. Thank you.
Jonathan gets all credit for that.
It's phenomenal.
if I had a hat, I would tip it. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Hang on, man. It's a pleasure and a well, I guess a privilege would be the other.
Privilege, indeed.
Sure.
Privilege, pleasure. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and run our intro really quick, and then we'll get on to the actual fun stuff. Sean, I think I'm going to let you handle that because I don't know how to do it yet.
Let's roll it live from your mom's house.
You're live in 3, 2, 1.
Tom's on top of our intro.
Did I ruin the intro?
No. It's
Okay.
fine.
No, you probably made it better because they didn't have to see all of our faces and stuff.
Was I actually superimposed over
You
top?
were.
Okay, cool.
were.
I'll take it.
It gave me a good laugh. I was like, "Oh man,
I
that's
love
our
it. I
new
love where
that's
this
our
is
new
starting.
intro now is just you superimposed over it." So
Feel free to use it in the future, please.
Maybe I should have recorded this because that's what I need. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Anyway, welcome everybody if you're here this early because we actually started on time to OnlyFrets, and as always, we are live from every single one of your mother's houses. That's our little dumb joke too.
I love that.
Oh, and my mic is starting to fall because naturally.
Tom, why don't you regale us with what's on your lap there?
The guitar, I'm assuming you're referring
Yes.
to. Okay. It's a 2020. I mean, it is only frets, so you know.
Yeah.
It's a 2020 PRS Silver Sky that I bought used in what was that, like 2021 maybe? I want to say.
Nice.
Yeah, and it does not have the original pick guard. I broke form and threw this on there.
I like the
it's-
tort. I like
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so that's
something that
good.
they have refused to do thus far. They being PRS, but who knows? Maybe those of us out there buying them aftermarket will inspire them someday. Because I think it's a good look. I've always liked that look.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The
yeah.
white with the red and just
Yeah.
looks classy. I like
Full
it.
disclosure, as much of a Mayer fanboy as I am, the first time I played one of these in 2017 when it came out, I was pretty just not like, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Really.
And just took me another 4 years.
To
And I
catch
bought this
the
one
bug.
sight unseen on Reverb for a ridiculously low price, and I got it, and I've just absolutely loved it ever since. So
Very cool.
that's what it is. But I'm interested what you guys are holding as well.
Jonathan, go ahead.
So this is my, what is it, 2024 Gibson Les Paul 50s standard. It's kind of one of my mini babies that I have. I actually bought this one, and I made a video on it recently that nobody has since watched as much. But I get it; it's a weird thing. One of my, like my favorite band, the guitar player, they posted a video from the Gibson garage, and he was just kind of doing his thing, and he actually ended up buying a white plain top Les Paul just like this. I don't know if it was the 50s or 60s or not, but I was like, well, that seals it. I'm grabbing it, so I bought myself one. It's my very first Les Paul standard, so I mean, I figured why not?
Dig it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tom, what's your sound like, by the way? You didn't play. Let's hear a little.
Oh,
sound.
well, I don't want to
supposed
play
to play a
after that.
crappy
That's- Slightly out of tune, but what you
So
see
good.
is what you hear, essentially. And then if I move out of the way, there's not that board that's turned off, but there's some other stuff down there right now. What is
Nice.
it? The Nauticlon, because of
Okay.
course I had
Yes.
to.
I have
And
one
then,
on my board as well, sir.
Yeah, I built it, and I got like the second run. I literally built it, put a Simpsons sticker on it. I never plugged it in until 3 days ago.
Oh, what do you
Wow.
think?
I like it. It's way
Yeah.
better than I thought it would be.
It's good.
It's really good. It's like insanely good. It's so funny 'cause it just sat on my shelf for so long. But anyway, so that's that. You know,
Nice. Very good. Well, today is my 1995 made in Japan Fender Nashville Photo Flame Telecaster. It's a
Dig it.
that mouthful. And yeah, I bought it. Well, my dad got it for me used. He had bought me one for my high school graduation. And then I gave that to him, and then he sold that one. So before he moved to West Virginia recently, he bought me a new one.
Right
And
on.
and it sounds a little like this. Anyway, and that's just through the old GTX / Line 6 Pod Go setup. So
yeah, man.
I'm like opposite of you. I'm modeler into a modeler.
Yeah, he
Which
has a
equals something. The modeler plus modeler equals real
Two-tone?
amp. Yeah, better
Yeah,
than the real
maybe.
thing.
You
I
never
would
know.
assume.
Yeah, Sean's got a very interesting setup. He'll talk and be like, "Yeah, I got this running into this," and I'm like, "I never would have thought to do that," because I just like me. I'm running into Sonic Cake Pocket Master. I don't know
Oh,
if you've
cool.
ever heard of those or seen those. Yeah, those things are so freaking cool for like $70. I mean, you can't beat it for like a
They have some really
quick setup.
surprisingly good little things. Sonic
Yeah.
Cake.
Yeah, they
First
do. I dig it.
affiliate deal I ever got. Was
Very
Sonic Cake.
nice.
Special place in my heart.
Yeah.
I thought I had made it. I had made it.
You had indeed.
I had. It's a simpler time.
It's good stuff. So Tom, to get things started with talking about you here. You haven't posted for a little while on your channel. The last thing you did, I think, was it a lesson video? No, that was on Premiere.
That was on PG. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an interesting relationship with my main channel.
Right? Yeah, and it's sparse but always high quality. What's going on in your guitar life right now that maybe the folks at home should know about?
Yeah. So for those who don't know, and I assume that no one knows, I still assume that. I do have my own channel, which is under my name. You can find it by searching that there.
Yep.
And Sean, you are correct. It has been sparse at best over the last 6 months or so. But my main, the main place you will see me is premierguitar.com and their YouTube channel. So I do I'm one of their main contributors. So I produce 4 videos a month. You may not see 4 videos a month from me there because they kind of come out at different timing, different times. But so that's kind of been the main thing right now. I do have a podcast. No surprise, it's a John Mayer fan podcast called Everything Mayer. So I'm holding a silver sky. So I'm over there, and then in the background, I'm filming a whole bunch of stuff for my main channel, which will be probably starting to roll out. I would say December-ish. I want to say early December. So you'll see some more regular things there, but you can find me any one of those places. And yeah, so I'm sure you have an idea for how you want this to go, so I won't go into my entire life history yet.
No, not at all.
No, that's
this is
why you're on, man.
Yeah,
Start from the
well-timed
beginning.
Advert, indeed.
From the beginning.
As someone who also has an interesting relationship with their YouTube channel, Jonathan is like, he's got a big whiteboard, and he's like regular, he's like just on it. It's every few times a week there's new videos up, and he's always reviewing something, and it's awesome. And I'm like the exact opposite from him, where everything's really sporadic. So I guess my question would be like, is your relationship with PG, like your employment with them and how much you YouTube for them, does that affect your energy level for your own channel? And is that like a good or a bad thing, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm forbidden from talking about any of that. You know, my channel, I started that channel in 2008, I want to
Ooh.
say. And from 2008 to, I really didn't do much with it, but I would say from 2008 to 2000, really 2021, 2020, yeah, to about 21, it was really just a repository for like covers that I'd done, you know, original music, some, you know, musical theater things I'd done. I didn't jump into like the guitar space. I sort of walked into that by accident on that channel. I had it. It was monetized. I made like $10 a month, you know, from it, from covers. You make no money off of covers on AdSense, but
Yeah.
so I started down that road, and it was really just like it started out with like Mayer stuff. He had come out with a sob rock album at that time, and then it sort of went into me talking about the Silver Sky, and that led to PRS reaching out to me unexpectedly about doing some stuff. And then I kind of went into the whole gear review thing, and I you know, I spent probably 3 years on my channel, really very regularly reviewing things, doing stuff. And then I started to freelance with Premier Guitar. They reached out as well, and they said, hey, do you want to, it was kind of sparse, like, hey, we got a video, can you do this, can you do this? And it'd be every couple months, whatever. And then it came to a point where they were interested in doing more. And so I do all of my gear review stuff is with Premier Guitar. So as you can imagine, that having a channel that was primarily focused on that and had gained a pretty decent amount of momentum in that direction, you know, guitar demos and that kind of thing, I had to, you know, I made the choice to say, hey, yeah, I want to sign on with these guys and do it all over there. But that means I can't do it to some extent on my channel. So, well, to any extent, really. So I do everything over on PG. And as far as energy goes, I've found a pretty good middle ground of like, you know, the whiteboard thing and planning things out. And I work really closely with the guys at Premier Guitar, and we plan stuff out, and they have a whole in-house system that, you know, I use to track stuff and production statuses and all that. But my channel, like I say, I had an interesting relationship with it because I've tried a lot of different things on it. And for me, it's been like this test bed for things. Like I did demos and gear reviews. They're all still there. You can go watch them. And then I've done little exposés on guitar players that, you know, have done really well also. But they're not really the same thing. And as you guys know with YouTube, it's like if you're kind of not really laser focused on something, it can be difficult for the audience to keep track of who it is you are supposed to be on the internet, because you're only allowed to be one thing on the internet. But so
funny.
anyway, so yeah, that's you know, that's kind of where it's led me, and I've just been kind of riding the wave on where it takes me. You know, there are other people who have a much more maybe focused creative vision for what they want to be, and given the way this started for me, like I feel, you know, I think I have a good idea now on my main channel. I kind of went down the gigging musician route late last year, early this year, and it went well. And then I sort of, you know, not abandoned it, but it just, you know, life gets in the way, and I have contractual obligations to produce content for other people, and nobody's knocking down my door necessarily for content on the Tom Butwin channel. So it gets, you know, it gets pushed to the side sometimes, but it's still there, still trying, still
Nice.
part of the daily struggle, you know, YouTube Studio app obsession. So
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's something that, especially as of late, because where you say, you know, trying to stick to being one person on the internet because that's what you're allowed to be, right? I've struggled with that a little bit too, just because, yes, this is like my channel is primarily based around the reviews, and you know, I might do a topic video here and there, cover a news story, but I've tried all of that, and it just seems to, you know, it seems like when you get pigeonholed into being a review channel, that's kind of all you want to do up until a certain point, and then that burnout kicks in, because that's something that I've struggled with a lot is burnout, you know, and you hear people say it all the time. A lot of big names on YouTube have kind of stopped doing it because of burnout, whether indefinitely or otherwise. Is that something that you've kind of come across too in either with Premier Guitar or, you know, on YouTube, or like where you said where it was your kind of gigging foray into that, or hooray, or whatever you want to say into that. Is burnout ever kind of become an issue for you?
Oh yeah.
Neither one of
I
those?
mean, I think no matter what you do, burnout is a thing. You know, it's. I always say like I've new guitar or new gear day has been ruined for me forever because
Yep. I 100% feel that.
you know, I get all this stuff. The UPS guy thinks I'm insane. Like he finally asked me. He's like, "What do you do? Like, what is happening?" Because I actually got I got an amp shipped to me 2 days ago, and it's just a head, but it's a full size, you know, head. It's like this wide, but it came in a just nasty beat up road case. They shipped it in that, and he's like, "What is happening in this way?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I kind of explained it to him, but yeah, burnout. I mean, for sure. I think it's like anything else, though. I mean, like it's there's waves of excitement that carry you through. Burnout is particularly difficult when you're posting videos and they are not being seen by anybody, and you are just beating your head against the wall. That's rough. That's really hard. Like 100%. And it's like I have so many people that I've met through doing this, that you guys are now included in that, who we commiserate and we talk, and it's just like the post your video day is like both could be the best or absolute worst day of your life. Like
Yeah.
You're either still drunk off it or hungover from it. It just depends.
It's you know, with the Premier Guitar thing, I'm a little bit more removed from it because I'm only, you know, I'm responsible for coming up with the concepts. I film everything, I play everything, I edit everything. But I shouldn't say I'm responsible for coming up with the concepts. I'm responsible for coming up with the concepts with the gear that is given to me. And sometimes the gear that's curated kind of dictates the concept pretty clearly. Other times, like, you know, I have this like shelf back here that I had to come up with a video for. And it's like, you know, I get to be creative in that way. But some of the pressure's off because it's not going on my channel. It's going on Premier Guitar's channel. That's a whole different operation there. They have still a print magazine. They have a massive email list that these things go out to. They have a, you know, other Instagram presence that stuff goes up on. So it's just different. And I don't have to come up with thumbnails. I don't have to come up with titles. You know, and I didn't miss what that said, but or you post something. That's the other thing too, man. Like you want to talk about like, there's the other way too. Chasing, like I started doing these secret weapon videos. They're called secret weapon, like Clapton's secret weapon or Keith Richards' secret weapon or Mayer's secret weapon or whatever. And I would do them and nobody watched them. Mm-hmm. And then like 9 months later, it was like Christmas time 2 years ago. One of them was popping off like hundreds of thousands of views. And I'm like, what is happening? And it was Christmas Eve. And I'm like, well, I got to shoot 1 million more of these because this is clearly what I'm supposed to do. And then you start doing them. Some work, some don't. So yeah, I mean, burnout is, it's like anything else though. You got to, you know, I'm in it for the long haul to try to just continue doing something like it's also, I see this as just like another extension of like my gigging life. Like I've been a working musician. I'm 40 and I've been doing it since I was in high school, but you know, really getting paid like, you know, since I left high school. So, I mean, that's 22 years of various forms of being an original artist, being a cover artist, playing in wedding bands, playing corporate things, you know, all that musical theater, like vocalist, studio session vocalist, all this stuff. And it's like, to me, this is just another one of those things that is part of that whole picture. So I'm trying to, like, I try not to get too sucked into the failures that inevitably destroy your day when you post a video. It's so hard, man. It is anybody who decides to do this, I absolutely like, I want to like shake your hand or give you a hug because it's like, dude, it can be very brutal. And burnout is a real thing, and then your microphone stand falls off your desk.
I mean, speaking of brutal,
which has
I'm
happened
here
to
watching
me
as
before.
you're talking in the corner of my eye. It's going like this, and I'm just like, it's
you
gonna fall.
Shout out to Elgato, not affiliate linked, not sponsored, but this. I used to see some of my videos. I had one coming in from this side. Yeah, you know. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is like, you know, as musicians, you got to learn all these different skills. You know, I'm not. And you know, our mutual friend, our good friend Alex over at Super Danger Studios is like Steven Spielberg. you know,
Oh my God.
you know, I
dude.
mean, he's incredible. I mean, not only is he an amazing guitar player, but I mean, like his videos are just, I mean, cinematic masterpieces. And it's like, I can't, you know, your average, not even your above average YouTuber can't expect to, you know, you gotta, I mean, that's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn, you know, and and then if we're over here, we got microphone stands falling over, and
I know.
I got echoes. I don't know how to plug my guitar in, you know, and Alex is out there making Oscar award winning, you know, videos. So, but
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing too. So I imagine obviously with you in Premiere Guitar, like you put a lot into, you know, the content that you make, you know, not just for your YouTube channel, but for them as well. Is there, I mean, and I know it's happened to everybody with you put all of this big extra effort into something, like maybe you're really excited about the product or you're really passionate about it or whatever it is. And then it just like absolutely bombs. Like, I mean, that is like, is there one thing that you can think of particularly where that happened to you? Because that seems to happen to me, and it really bums me out.
Dude, it's
really
tough.
does.
Yeah, I mean, so for Premiere Guitar, like I had to stop reading the comments in those videos because, you know, I do, and to answer your question, I do have one very specific instance in mind, and I'll tell you about that. But it's got a happy ending, so it's good. I told
We
you
love
so.
happy endings.
Yes, it's OnlyFrets. But so I'm gonna keep coming back to that. That's a great movie. It's so good. But yeah, so I mean, like I don't again, because I'm kind of one step removed in the PG thing. Like I try not to get, when I first started with them, I was like, oh, I want to see how the video's doing. I want to read the comments, and you know, I can't really respond to comments because I can't speak on behalf of, I'm not responding from the PG channel. I'm responding from my own channel, which is like, you know, and there'd be times where it's like, I want to like correct people. It'd be like, duh, I know I made a mistake there. Thanks for pointing that out. Like, you know, stuff like that. And then there would be just the inevitable, like people are just like mean, you know? And so I had to stop reading those because it was just too much of an emotional roller coaster. And, you know, initially I'd like to think that I've become more of a fixture there. I mean, John Bollinger is like, you know, he's a legend on Premiere Guitar, and he's, you know, a legend in the rig rundown thing. So to be like even, and there are other contributors besides me, you know, to Premiere Guitar as well, who are amazing. Zach Wish, by the way, go check him out. He's incredible. You know, so I'm like kind of up against it because there's people who are kind of used to seeing a certain face, and it's like, well, who the hell is this guy? Like, you know, but I've been doing it long enough, so I'd like to think there's some people who like don't mind me. So, but I had to stop reading the comments. To answer your question about the one big failure, I did a secret weapon video on someone named Sister Rosetta Tharp. And if you don't know who she is, go find my video and watch it because I'll teach you about her. But it was sponsored. I had high hopes for it. I didn't want it to be sponsored. I proposed it to the entity who sponsored it, and believe it, that's just as that. You could probably guess, you know, they ship you candy with your with your gear.
The candy,
whatever
the
you can
candy
say.
shippers.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
ship
So
you guitars
and I love
with
them.
your candy.
Sweetwater is phenomenal. They're great, and they've been good to me also. But I wouldn't have picked that one to sponsor because I knew it was going to be a tough sell to the algorithm. But I thought it might have legs, you know, later on. And it ended up having legs later on, which is kind of how those videos go for me. It takes like a good 6 to 8 months for them to really pick up some steam. And then they do, and they go off like a lot of times really, really, really nicely. But that was one where I put a lot into it. I was really happy with how it came out. I thought it was a topic that was like, hey, you know, I only became aware of this person not very long ago. I can't sit here and say that I knew she existed, you know, when I was 15 or 20 or 30. And I'm sorry, I just saw a comment. I'm laughing. I plan to sue Sweetwater in 20 years for diabetes. That's really funny.
Put it up.
That's worth putting up there. That's good work searching for Tone. But yeah, so that's the one that really like. And I remember reaching out to Alex from Super Danger Studios, and I was down in the dumps on that one because I worked really hard on it. It's a good video. I know it's a good video, and it just. I mean, I knew, but also the thing that really bothered me was like, I did not have high expectations, but the level to which it failed in the first week, 2 weeks, you know, which is what everybody cares about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was like not ready for that.
Yeah. Well,
But
I can
yeah.
relate. I mean, though, like we were talking about before we jumped on air here, you know, those tone deep episodes that I've done, specifically like the Nick Perry episode, the one I did with Alex, speaking of him, Super Danger, the Robert Baker one, you know, they have a couple hundred views. Like, I poured every bit of like talent and passion that I even have, which isn't very much, but all that I got to like, oh, and the Lucas Fowler from Fine Tuning episode, I found videos of them. I got permission to use them and all that stuff, and I wanted to showcase their abilities and what they do. And like, there's a bunch of like edits and cuts and like things like all this stuff, and they just don't do anything. And it's kind of like, it leaves me feeling like, how do I ask a person for an hour and a half of their time when it's just going to be like a couple hundred views? You know, I don't have a huge channel. I don't need a huge channel. I just wanted those videos to do the subject justice. And I think the videos do, but the view count doesn't. So I know what you mean. It's just like, man, I'm gonna
Yeah, it's
spend 8 hours editing this, and
can I offer two? Not that you asked, and
No,
not
go
that
ahead.
I'm in any position to provide advice, because I don't think that I am. But
We love unsolicited advice.
the unsolicited, because I hear what you're saying. I would say two things: don't take them down, because I have videos that I forgot about, and then like was reminded how depressed I was when I posted them by going back and looking at, and then like literally like 3 years after I posted it, I'm like, oh, this video has, you know, however many views. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, wow. Like this literally had 10 views when I put it up 4 years ago, you know, and I was tempted to take it down. So you never know. And the other thing too, is I would say like, if it's a longer video, there's probably some gems in there that you could like turn into shorter videos.
right.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then you don't have to, and then there's like a potential for the shorter video to reach a different audience, or maybe people who watched didn't get to that point in, you know, the video. I get it though, man. It's such like being on stage, you get immediate feedback, positive or negative, which is cool. Yeah. It's great. But like, I would much rather get negative feedback on stage than put something out into the ether or the internet and get no feedback. Like,
Right.
it's like the void, the complete void that some videos go into when no one sees them, and you're just like no one even hates this. Like,
Right.
Could I at least get somebody who hates this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's almost worse than someone just booing you.
Right.
Same with
Well,
music.
then you fall into like the clickbait thing too, because I know that was like a subject too of trying to get people to engage stuff. Like there was a trend where people were like, "Is clickbait dying? Like, is that a trend?" And it's like that's not gonna go away. People are still gonna make a thumbnail that probably has nothing to do with whatever's in there, or they'll put some kind of weird something on it. And I say that because that's what I've been experimenting with. Like YouTube's come out with this thing recently where it's like A/B testing.
Oh yeah.
And you can A/B test your titles and your thumbnails.
Yep.
But again, a bit of a bummer, because it's like what we've been talking about, where you've had videos that like you put them on there and it's like, oh, this is a little throwaway thing, and they blow up. I had 2 in a row, which has never happened. I had, what was it? It was a guitar I bought from Guitar Center that was just like a total piece of shit. It was a BC Rich, and it made for a good content. And there was another one that was like behind it that did well. And I had A/B tested, and I said, oh, this is like the key to, you know, because there's always a new key to YouTube every month.
Of course. Of course. Right.
Ever changing.
So I tried that. Right. So I tried that, and then I said, well, I got a bunch of other videos coming up. Let me throw some of that stuff on there too. And it's just crickets. I mean, I have a video, again, it was a microphone review, smaller brand. I get it. But even those videos do relatively well. It's at like 13 views. It's been up for days. And I'm like, that is so odd.
Yeah.
For my channel. Because I usually get, I'd say maybe on a video like that about 100 views, and then it kind of like tapers off, just depending. But like, I don't know. That's just such a bummer sometimes, and that's why I ask. Because I'm like, I always try to ask everybody, like, what do you do? What is it? You know, maybe your horror stories make me feel a little bit better. I don't know. I'm just cynical in some kind
I
of
mean,
way.
you know, if anything, it's very difficult. It just is. It's just really hard. So like the fact that I've gotten to, on my channel, any views at all still like shocks me. Like to this day, I'm just like, oh my God, like I can't believe, it's like you want to know like why does one thing work? Why does another thing not work? And you just don't know. You just don't know. And the only way to you just have to keep going.
Yeah.
You just
Absolutely.
have to keep going. If you want to do it, you just have to keep going. And it is, it's just it's again, like sometimes I feel bad because not that I feel bad, but it's like, I didn't set out to want to be a YouTuber, but now I really want to be one. And because it was like, it just sort of happened.
Yeah.
And I guess I am one, but like, it's just, it's a weird thing. It's a very weird thing to, and I supremely respect anybody who wants to do it because you are really putting yourself out there. And it's not an easy thing. And I don't think people who have never done it understand like the turmoil and the time and the passion and the work that goes into it. And then for sometimes to feel like, not to get anything in return. So, I mean, it's tough. Like, but again, but there's something about it. Like, I like it, I like doing it.
It's fun.
It is
We're
fun.
gluttons for punishment. I'm telling you, it's just
Yep.
like, I like those 12 views. So I'm gonna do it again.
Yep.
But you know what, man? Like, to also like I always have to remind myself of this too. It's like, okay, so 12 views, 100 views, 50 views, 40 views. Okay, in the grand scheme of YouTube, is that like successful? I suppose no, but like also I've played plenty of live shows to 12 people.
Oh yeah.
And to be honest with you, like if I had 12
100%.
captive people in a room, that would be a great show. Like who they wanted to hear what I had to say or what I had to sing or play. Like,
Yep.
that'd be awesome. So when I think about it in those terms, it's like, no, maybe it didn't reach what I thought it should reach. Maybe I've seen other videos that did way better than mine that are just not good videos and they've got tons of views. I'm like, well, why wouldn't my video do the same thing or better?
Yeah.
Right.
But, I mean, it's these games I have to play with myself to continue forward.
Mental
but-
gymnastics.
Yes. On the other side of it, I will say this is like, having a video that fails and it's got 50,000 views and you think it's a failure because you have 800,000 subscribers, a 50,000 view failure is still, I know it's all relative, but it's still better than 50. Like you got to feel a little bit different if you're out there and you got, 50,000 views on a video, like, oh man, that sucked. But it's like, dude,
It's definitely about small victories on YouTube. I got to say that. I mean, if a video you didn't think would perform at all does get that 100 views, I mean, at this point, I'm just like, I take it. And right, exactly. This one right here, 50,000 is more than zero.
That's true.
One
there you
is
go.
more than zero,
It is.
So,
Missed all the shots you never shoot.
That's right.
yeah, who said that?
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne, yeah, got
Michael Scott. For Wayne Gretzky.
Definitely Michael Scott. Yeah. So speaking of, we've talked about Alex a little bit. You guys ran a bit of a little podcast, a little live pod called Tone Town.
Yeah.
Town.
And it sort of did the Homer Simpson back into the bushes. And I was, as a fan of
What a great reference.
you guys and a subscriber to both your channels, wondering if that if that's ever going to come back, or if you guys just kind of decided maybe that wasn't the right format.
So I would love for it to come back, and we've talked about it. I think Alex and I, like, he is such a, and if he ever sees this, that's okay. I would tell him this to his face, but like he's one of a few people who I'm just so thankful that I've met doing this. Like if it all ended tomorrow, my channel got deleted and PG fired me, like he's a friend for life, and I'm just so happy that I got to, meet him and now we know each other. But with that being said, like, I feel like we would have a lot to offer a more official podcast, and we want to do it. At the moment, it's about bandwidth for both of us, and being able to do it justice and not have it fade into the bushes like Homer Simpson. The way we were doing it before with the vertical live format, I think was cool. It was kind of a new feature on YouTube. I know Alex wanted to try it out, and it worked fine. But for people who, and I was always surprised at how many people actually tuned in, like on the regular. It was really cool. But I think there's something there. I would love to do it. It's just got to be the right time for us to do it the right way. And,
I think Jonathan and I talked about this for like a year before we actually did it,
Yeah, and it just was that, oh, no, I'm busy that day. I mean, like, if you go back and watch, like, the first episodes, it's like, oh, we're going to be doing this on, like, Tuesday at this time. And they were like, oh, we did it on a Wednesday, and we got more views. Let's do it on Wednesday. And then that died off. And like, oh, Thursday did. So we've stuck to Thursdays. It just kind of has worked. But yeah, it took us quite a while to get this, kind of where it's hovering on the above the ground now. So
right. Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
Tone Town hopefully will come back and we could do a crossover episode with OnlyFrets.
Dude.
Yes.
Please. That would be so great.
We'll have to find out how Evie Mux does like more than 3 screens. We'll figure it out.
Right.
We'll make
an exception.
Yeah. I actually have an invitation to Alex extended to come on here, and this is like really great because, like I was saying, I can sort of roll in what I was doing with Tone Deep without all of the editing, but give everybody what I ultimately wanted to, which is like our guests, like opinions, thoughts, ideas, things like that. So that was kind of the
it's a cool concept, man. It's a really good concept, both that and this. I mean, it's a it just got to roll with it. You never know. I mean, I think there are people here in the chat. I mean, it's like, I can't say that if I went live, I don't know that anybody would be there. Probably not.
We're definitely better off than we were, just even a couple months ago. Like, it is starting to pick up steam, and the fact that like somebody like yourself would agree to come on, that bodes well. Yeah. Jonathan and I have talked about, once you get to like, they say once you get to like, what did I say it was, Jonathan? Like 100 episodes or something like that, it kind of snowballs a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Because it's like you have all of that backlog of content that eventually one of those is going to pop up and appeal to somebody. And then it's just word of mouth at that.
Yeah. And then they want to go back and be like, oh, I caught this at episode 40. There's 39 other episodes before this and 20 after this. Oh man, I got a lot of catching up to do,
Well, and see, and this is something too that so like with our thumbnails, for example, I was titling them, episode 1, episode blah, blah, blah. But then I went on with Sean and I said, I remember watching this video from Glenn Fricker at Spectre Sound Studios a while back, because he's been doing his viewers comments thing for he's at like 400 and something, probably more than that, episodes of it. And he made a point. He said, I stopped numbering them a long time ago, because if somebody stumbles across episode 300 of something, maybe it gives you that little bit like, oh, there's like 200 and something other episodes. Like, what have I missed? But do I really have the time to go watch?
Right. Or maybe
that was kind of what he was saying. And I was like, that's actually a really smart way to think about it. So that's why I've stopped numbering these, but I keep it in the back of my mind. Like, we have 40 episodes.
I agree with that. So for like the Everything Mayor podcast that I do, I put on the thumbnail, it's in very small print, I'll put the episode number, but in the title and the description, I don't. When it goes out to like Apple Podcasts and Spotify and stuff, I think it is numbered, but not by me, just by whatever they assign to it.
Help that,
but I've what's interesting thumbnail wise on that, and this is like YouTube Inside Baseball, is like that channel is so different than my main channel, because it's episodic and it is pretty much a podcast. But I've tried to I'm like, I should grow the channel by doing like videos that are not podcasts, like about John Mayer, but like maybe more traditional YouTube videos. And it's funny how they don't do well. They don't do well because I've trained my audience to look for that same thumbnail where it's the same font. It's this the left side of it is exactly the same every week, and then I just change the right hand side picture, and it's like you would think that it's just brainless because it's just there's no creativity to it every week. But it's like that consistency. They crave it. The algorithm craves it. I don't know. People recognize it. So when I go switch it up, maybe they don't even realize it's what they're looking for. Right. Like, oh, I'm not going to click on that because it's not what I thought it was. So, but I do agree. I used to put the episode numbers in those as well, and I stopped because it just didn't seem.
It probably does more harm than good.
Yeah, it does more harm because like
That's,
how I even think about my own behavior online. Like how often am I watching a channel's videos in order that they were posted?
Yeah.
Literally
Right.
never. Like literally never. So it means nothing, So
and to me, it's like if it doesn't really follow a theme, because like obviously we're talking about something relative but different at the same time. It's like, oh, we have this topic to talk about today or whatever. So yeah, it's like it's not like it follows in a series where it's like there's a story to follow. I mean, I know that sounds maybe like a crazy way to think about it, but unless you're doing something, it's like a part 1, part 2, part 3. To me, it just doesn't make any sense to number them.
yeah,
honestly. So.
yeah. It's more of I feel like it's more of a like TikTok or Instagram Reels thing where it's like, hey, part 1 is this, and and then you're like searching around on their page.
Well, that's
for part 2
and see, like even that, I find that extremely annoying because, especially with short form content going from where it was. You looked at Vine at 7 seconds.
Yeah.
To TikTok was like a minute or whatever. And now you have where you can post 10-minute long shorts.
Right.
Which is, funny in itself. But yeah, it's like there's no point in doing that. Stick around for part 2. Like there's no point in doing that. I get what you're doing. It's like classic hang around, subscribe for the next thing. Like I get it, but
that's
just,
real
at this
bait.
point, there's no point.
That's not even
clickbait. And
bait.
Honestly, like I feel like
it's rage bait is what it is.
It is, and it's just like it's fleeting because I think about like the channels that I have organically gravitated towards, like whether it's in the guitar world or otherwise on YouTube. It's like the tricks didn't get me there and the tricks didn't keep me there. It was like the people that I'm watching, it's their personalities. Often, most of the time, dude, outside of like Alex's videos, 99% of the stuff that I watch on YouTube is so low production, and it is stuff like this where it's just three friends, 3 guys, whoever talking about something 2 hours.
Hear that, Sean? We're his friend.
Yeah.
I told you, man, we got a lot in common. We have the suffering and pain of being on YouTube in common. But it's like, I'm like, so that's also cool too. And I mean, that's why something like this is great, because it's like you get, there's no tricks. It's just like, hey, if this isn't what you want to watch, that's fine. Don't watch it. But it's also not pretending to be something that it isn't. And like that clickbaity thing to like, trick you into watching a video. It's like, well, I'm not going to stick around if I've been tricked.
Right.
Like what's the value in that? Like, oh yeah, thanks. Well, I watched that, and now I didn't want to, but you got a view out of me. See you later. Like, it's, did we just become, yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Go do karate in the garage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of John Mayer, Everything Mayer podcast, I dropped the link in the chat there for everybody to go sub to that. Regale us with your John Mayer saga of getting, he propped you up at some point, shouted you out, and you have a video on this, so everybody can go watch.
I do. There's
I would want the video of that. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see me. You could see me an hour after it happened, trying to make sense of all of it on. I think the full one is on Everything Mayer, and there's like a abridged version on my Tom Butwin channel, but. Essentially, what happened was at NAMM. Have either one of you guys been to NAMM?
No.
I've been invited, but I didn't have the chance to go.
Yeah, because am I allowed to ask geographically where you're located, or is that secret?
Yeah. No, I'm on the East Coast in Georgia.
Okay.
Yep. West Coast, Washington State.
Okay, and I'm in Michigan near Detroit.
Detroit.
Detroit. Detroit. Like I've lived here my whole life. I've literally never said Detroit before. So I, when I first started doing this YouTube thing, and then I kind of went into it was like about 8 months after I picked up the channel and started like rolling. I was doing Mayer stuff, and then eventually I separated it all off because, like we said before, like I can't be John Mayer guy and then also guitar review guy, but also guy who does, exposés on Keith Richards, but also, hey, here's some advice for you if you're a gigging musician guy. Like, can't be all those things. So I offloaded all my Mayor stuff to the Mayor channel, which is a great choice on my part. Thank you to me for doing that, because it made it a lot easier to make sense of what I was doing. But so, you know, a lot of the videos kind of coexist on both of those channels. I did a bunch of stuff on his albums, his drummers, his guitars, his some of his gear, you know, and eventually, as I started working with the YouTube thing, PRS was the first company that reached out to me, and so they will. I mean, I do love their guitars, but you know, they also have a special place in my heart because they really, really catapulted me. Like, without PRS, there would be no PG gig, you know. So PRS has always been really, really good to me, and those people are just awesome. I cannot say enough good things about the people there. So I got invited to go to their 40th anniversary, which was happening in conjunction with NAMM this past year. And I'd gone to NAMM a couple times. Like, the first 2 times were just me showing up, not knowing what the hell was going on. And then I went out with PG, I've been 4 times. So I think I went 3 times independently, and the last time I went out with PG, and then this time will be with PG as well. So I got invited to go to this PRS 40th anniversary party, which is at the House of Blues in Anaheim. And as you know, I got the invite, said yes, great. You know, didn't really know anything about it. Figured it'd be some free food and whatever else, and that's what it was. But then as more info came out, I started hearing rumblings. Oh, Mayor's going to be there. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. And then I found out it was like kind of a concert. So I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's going to play. Find out he's playing. Then I find out he's playing with Mark Lettieri's band, which is cool in and of itself because it's not his usual backing group. And so and then, you know, of course, people are asking me like, how'd you think you get to meet him? And I'm like, no, it's a 1,500 seat venue. I am one of 1,500 people who will be there, and very insignificant. Like, it's really for dealers, PRS dealers. And so I go out there, and it's a great time, having a good time. You talking to people in the audience. I had a good friend of mine who came. He was sitting down on the floor. It was open seating. He's texting me the whole time. He's like, it was a 2-hour show. Mayor capped it off, as you would imagine, at the end with 4 tunes. And he's like texting me like, hey, you should come down. You should come down here. I'm like, nah, dude, I'm fine. I'm standing on the side of the stage talking to Alex. Yeah, Alex was there, and he's got a good view here. It's great. I'm ready for Mayor to come on in 30 minutes, and we'll just, you know, ride it out and see and enjoy it. So finally, he convinced me to go down there, and it was at intermission. I looked up and I'm like, oh man, you are like right on top of this stage. So I sat down in one of the open seats, and thankfully I did, because the show ended. And in what was the most surreal moment, the show ended, Mayor gave a speech, a toast to Paul Reed Smith, which was really nice, very well done. And then there's video. My buddy got video of this happening, so I knew that I hadn't fallen and hit my head. Like, it really did happen. But Mayor points out, and he goes, I want to talk to you. And of course, you know, there's tons of people at this thing. I mean, like, just way more high profile YouTube people than me, tons of media people. I'm like, there's no, I look behind me and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm talking to these guys. I'm just like, hi, yeah. And he goes, no, I want to talk to you. And then my next thought was, okay, he's talking to me, and clearly this has to be bad, because there's no other, he must know who I am, and I must have pissed him off. So therefore, you know, whatever. And then, so that ensued, and Bev from PRS, who's their artist, one of their artist relations people, eventually got me backstage, and I got to, you know, and Mayor and I talked for a good 10, 15 minutes.
So cool.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Like, it was, so he knew who I was, which is,
that dumb. Alone is worth everything.
Yeah, and because, you know, I posted the picture of he and I, and people are like, oh, it's so cool you got to meet John Mayer. And it's like, yes, but like, this is not just like a pass. You know, this is
he has to talk to me, like,
right? Yeah. The mind f of like, oh, you have seen some of the stuff I've done, like, oh God, like, you know, then I'm immediately going back like through my head, like, oh boy, do I need to delete anything? Like, oh. So, but no, but it was really, I mean, it was very surreal. It was really cool. I mean, it was, like, it was never my goal to, like, you know, I didn't start the John Mayer podcast or do any of those videos like in hopes of meeting him someday. Like, it was not my goal at all. So like, it was just,
but it worked.
Yeah, it was insane. Like, I'm just like, okay, like, man, like, this is wow. Like, this should not be happening, but it is. So, anyway, that's and then I mean, I put that in the same category as like meeting guys like Alex, and then my buddy Steve Sterlacci, like all these people like who I've come into contact with, and obviously I'm not like best friends with John Mayer, but like it's just like doing this type of stuff. Like, how did you guys meet? There you go. That's a good question. How do you guys know each other? You're on opposite ends of the country.
Yep.
And yet you've come together, and that's the thing is like it's so cool like doing this. You get to meet and become friends with people that otherwise you would never have the opportunity to meet.
Yeah.
So
Jonathan,
yes,
I always love the way you tell the story.
let's hear it.
He made the first move, if anything.
That's true.
He just kind of reached out to me one day and was like, hey man, I like your videos, and I kind of would want to maybe see if we can just do some stuff together. And then, like I said, that's kind of where it just was put off kind of here and there. We talked, we kind of just became buds just through just mutual interest, right?
Yep.
He's gotten in my
on
comments and
Instagram.
stuff, and
Yep, all that.
stirred
It's
the
all right.
pot
So
with some people sometimes.
It's another
but,
YouTube, connection story.
Bro
Like,
story.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We,
it's awesome. Like it's
we
just
connected over the hate comments and ganging up on those people in the comments section. So anytime somebody would talk trash on one of his videos, we'd be like,
Would you come to his defense?
I'd be like, let's get him.
That's there's an art form to that too. Like
There is.
So do you guys respond to comments? Do you go? Do you come back at people? Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I do also. And I've taken the tact of trying to like not be like not kill them with kindness like in like I'll engage with them in a lot. I found that like 9 times out of 10 what ends up happening is that they are either surprised you read it and responded.
100%.
They're like, oh God, sorry, man. Like, B, they're cool. They're like, all right, cool. I'm gonna double down and we're gonna get into a discussion about it. Or C, they just cop out and they don't even ever respond. So, but I've had like some conversions that have happened. Like I had a guy once who was like, you really came at me. I don't remember what it was. I have a whole folder on my phone of comments.
Jonathan too.
Yeah.
Why?
They've slowed down though. I mean, I'll come back to that in a second. But but it was like it was like a moment. He was like he really came at me with something. I don't remember what it was, but I came back with something, and then he came back again. And he was like, oh man, like I'm really, really sorry. I was having a bad day, this, and this. And it was like this. I was like, dude, like that's not, it's fine. Like, I'm sorry that it's happening, like, or whatever. And it was almost like this, like, I like to think he's still out there watching something I'm doing. So, but yeah,
Right.
so it's, but I can always tell. So here's another thing is like, I don't even have to open like a view count on a video. If I'm getting like hypercritical comments on either channel, Everything Mayor or my main channel, I know that my video has popped off a bit because now it's reaching an audience of people who don't know me and and that usually breeds like a lot of people who just want to hate me. So
The algorithm thrives on the hate.
yes. Yeah.
Well, in my experience, they will find anything. It is the epitome of grasping at straws. And I will tell you, the way that people come at me is so weird, I guess. So I don't know if you've noticed, if there's an elephant in the room, I have a nose piercing. Okay, I have a septum ring, and when I tell you that has been a like key attack point for me, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you come here, watch this video, and that's all you can pull out of there is you got a booger hanging from your nose. I see that comment at least a week, at least, and I'm just like, my response is you're commenting on a grown man's appearance. What are you doing?
Well, that's the thing too. It's like most of the, there have been very few negative comments where I've been like, you actually have a point. And I'll even, if it's on my channel, I'll say it. I'll be like, you know what? You are correct in my playing was not locked tight. It was loose in this bar. Thank you for pointing that out. I knew that was the case. Also, try lighting, filming, playing, talking, doing all that at the same time, and then giving a session musician quality performance also. Like, try doing it all at the same time, bud, and then come talk to me. But you're right, I was off on that. And those are the types of things, like, on the I've gotten better over time. I mean, just my playing's gotten better, and like my just the way in which I film things has gotten better, so it's easier for me. But early on with PG, I would see those comments, I'm like yes, thank you, like I'm aware, but I'm also like doing my best here. But it's like, I know, and then people would even pick stuff out. Like I'm trying to. Trolls are the biggest fans at the end of the day. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's but then there's
I always
times where
thank him for the interaction, because it's
there was one time where I'm just like, the internet is wrong about this. Like, I'm getting a lot of negative feedback, but it is 100% wrong. And I caved and I chopped part of a video out because it was so bad. But it was a video I did on Lindsey Buckingham and his Rick Turner guitar. And I sang part of "You Can Go Your Own Way" by Fleetwood Mac. And it's like, was the guitar, I hate the guitar tone. I whatever tone I dialed in sucked. I feel bad about it because it just didn't represent the guitar very well. But then, like, people were like shitting on my vocal performance. So I'm like, hang on a second. Like, if there's one thing I know about that video that was not bad, I'm not going to say it was great, but it was not bad, was my singing. So stop it. Like, and it's like, there are times the internet's right with their comments and the negativity, but I'm like, that was the one time I'm like, no. Objectively, subjectively, all of it, like, you're wrong. You're just wrong on that. Like, you're wrong. Criticize me for the following things and you'd be right, but that you were wrong on. And it's just, it's amazing to me sometimes, the wave of stuff that happens. And it's like, and the appearance ones are, I don't know, I'm trying to remember if I've gotten any of those recently. I probably have on the Premier Guitar videos, but I refuse to look at those. Because I'll just be in the fetal position on the floor crying. But
I mean, I've always just wanted to take the appearance ones and just like double down on that. Like, if maybe not with something like a piercing, because obviously that's kind of crazy, but it'd be like if my hair was like frizzy one day or something. Oh, why didn't you brush your hair? Like, I would make sure to come back and like tease my hair and like make it full blown, like, like, how do you like me now, kind of thing. And I'm like, that to me, that is just so funny, because it's the trolls and people that like inspire a lot of creativity for me, weirdly enough, because I'm like, I can make a full video on some of this, or I can do this in the next one subtly and just poke fun. It's one of those things where you got to laugh at yourself sometimes. It's all the cliches.
Yeah, it's, and see, like, that's where I feel also like I can't, like, there's certain instances online, especially when you're doing something for another company or another entity. It's like, I can't let my usual personality come out.
Right.
Absolutely. Holden now.
It's like, I have to be a little, and people are like,
cage the tiger, Tom. Cage.
Yeah. Well, and people will criticize for like, this is like a sales pitch. I'm like, yes, it is a sales pitch. Like, it literally is.
That's what it is.
Like, what do you want? Like, okay.
You got to like sit there like this the whole time. Like, today we're taking a look at the, it's not like, what's up, dudes? Like, you can't do all that.
I had this
sometimes I
comment. I have the GTX 100 amp, which I freaking swear by, dude. Like, Fender made it. It's basically like a little mini Tone Master Pro, and when you put the Line 6 Podgo into it ahead of it, it acts exactly like a Tone Master Pro. It's so good. And I made a video. It's like one of my first YouTube videos, just my phone and the amp cranked up.
Yeah.
And like, literally, like, the windows were rattling in my house. And the video is like, can you gig with a GTX 100?
I remember that.
I saw a lot of people saying you couldn't. And I've had basically really good comments, people who've bought them and all that stuff. And then there was this one comment, and this is like a 7-year-old video at this point or something, and I get a comment every once in a while on it now still, and it said, your video doesn't show like how loud it is. And I was like, and it was just, and basically that's what he was saying, but he was a little more rude about it. And I was like, dude, you're right. Like, there's really no way for me to, I don't have a decibel meter. There's no way for me to like show you
Yeah.
how loud it. I'm trying to like talk while I'm playing so you can see like my normal room voice, and I stop playing, keep talking. And it's like, yeah, there's no like real good way for me to show you how loud it is. I'm just telling you that it's shaking my entire home and it's on two.
Right.
Or
Right,
like it's a Fender, okay?
Right.
Like it acts like a Fender. Like you barely crank it and it's just so loud. And I was like, "You're right." And he was like, "I can tell by your response that you're a stand-up guy." Kind of like to Tom's point, of like you can turn it around pretty quickly by going on the like not being defensive, but like going on the offense.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
it's
dude, same side, totally.
exactly. Yeah,
I
it's
can't show you
fine. Yeah,
that. And he was like, "All right." And then I was like, "I'm gonna tell you though, it's freaking loud,
right.
like, really
Yeah.
loud."
Volume will not be an issue if you
Right.
take it on a gig.
Right.
Yep. Well, we're about the end of our hour, and Jonathan and I both have day jobs.
Nice.
So I guess we'll just end with a great big huge thank you for coming on. And thank you for making me allowing me to keep my word to you from earlier this year.
No, it's been a pleasure, man. I'm so happy that it worked out, and I would love to do it again.
Yeah.
And
Nice,
and I'm just like I said earlier, just like it's so cool that the space, like there are trolls, which we've talked about, but there are more good people, especially on the creator side. Like nobody who that's the last thing I'll say. Nobody who is creating videos is going to be that person who's like,
Right.
you have a septum piercing, and you are out of tune, and you did this, and you did that. Like nobody who actually makes content is going to be that person who's doing it. So that's
Right.
why it's so cool to have met people like you and, everybody else that I talked about too. It's like, that's the best part about it. Like, views be
sure.
damned. Getting to meet cool people and other cool musicians is the best part. So thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for taking the time out of your day, man. It's when Sean told me about it, I was like, oh my God, like this is happening. Like we're doing it. So, and Sean, thank you for setting up everything. I mean, he was the one that like found out how to add you to Bucks like master at this point. I'm just like, I clicked my shortcut and I'm there. That's
Sweet.
about all
Well,
I
that's
do.
what I did. So thanks
So,
to Sean
there you
for being the brains.
Somebody's
on
got
the
to be
tech
the
side.
nerd, dude. Really quick thanks to 2 Yards, USC, Raylan, Searching for Tone. We had Mark, GRB Aquatics in here, and Sparky, and anybody who hung around the whole time. I think Steve Gunner was in here, Timothy Richards, just all the guys on my channel. And just hopefully we'll do another one. I love the Tone Town OnlyFrets crossover idea, so we'll definitely explore that
Yes.
in the future. So
Yeah, Tone Town will make a comeback someday. It's on both of Alex and I's boards of things that we will do. So
good.
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, until next time.
All right.
Yeah. Y'all peace out.